everybody. Today Gina Young is going to show you all how easy it is for you to make delicious fried potatoes every time. The type of fried potatoes you can't forget about because they were that delicious. I'm showing you today. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some potatoes. When I do potatoes, I never use the Yukon Gold. They're too soft. They're too mushy. They don't work. And you don't either want to use those little red ones. Don't use those either. I have Idaho potatoes. You can use a Russet potato. It's perfect. It's going to make for a light, airy, and fluffy in the inside, super crispy on the outside. So I have some potatoes that I have already peeled and cut. And then I washed them several times until the water turned nice and clear, because in the beginning, when you put these potatoes in the water, it's going to be super cloudy. Rinse off that extra starch because you don't need it. So these are sitting in cold water. You're going to need some spices to make it taste good. So now today, I'm going to be using salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning if you like it, parsley flakes for color, and some paprika. We are going to be using an onion, a nice sweet Vidalia onion, and some bell peppers. Now guess what? I ain't got no garlic powder, y'all. So I'm going to show you something super interesting that we're going to do with this fresh garlic that we're going to give these potatoes some great flavor. But in the description below, I'm still going to tell you guys to use garlic and onion powder because that's what I would typically use. But I'm going to show you how to get a nice garlic flavor without it today. So I'm excited about that. I need to pick up some garlic powder and onion powder today. I hope y'all are having a good day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. When's the last time you had some good fried potatoes? Fried potatoes that taste good and you couldn't stop eating them. When I make fried potatoes, that's what I'm always looking for. I don't want them to be mushy, no, I don't want them to be baked in the oven. I don't want them to be deep fried in a ton of oil. I'm going to show you how to make them. These things are so good. So growing up, we would have fried potatoes like maybe on a Saturday, you know, for Saturday breakfast, and I absolutely loved them. And how my family would make them was they would cut them like this, like into these circle medallions. I don't know, once I left the house and I started cooking for myself, I just started to chop them into the cubes. It's just what I prefer over those little circle medallions because those, they break apart and I feel like they get mushy. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you something that cuts down on the time of the cooking process, because as we know, fried potatoes can take forever in a day to cook, but it is worth the wait. But I can cut down the time a little bit. And here's what I'd like to do. So in this pan here, I got about this much water, just enough water to cover the potatoes, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to pre-cook our potatoes. We're not cooking these potatoes so long to where they're fully cooked. We're not cooking these potatoes until they're fork tender. We just want to flash cook them real quick just to start that cooking process. That way, when they go into the oil, they don't have to take forever to cook, okay? So once I get them nice and peeled, I chop them into squares like this, and then you're going to try your best to make them all the same size. When you achieve that and you make them all the same size, they all cook at the same time. You know, because like if you have little ones and then you have big ones, those big ones will be taking forever to cook. Meanwhile, the little pieces are done and they're almost burning, right? So try your best to make them the same size. I've rinsed these potatoes here. And so what we're going to do, we're going to put these potatoes into this water. But how are we going to get that garlic flavor today without having the garlic powder? No problem. I'm taking some fresh garlic, okay? And I'm just going to give it a nice whack with the side of my knife. Put that fresh garlic in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, garlic infused potatoes. We're not going to miss the garlic, right? And so I figure I'm going to use 3 nice sized pieces. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to drain these potatoes, put them in the water. Potatoes are in the water. I did rinse them one more time. We're going to put that garlic, crush it a little bit. Just crush it like that so the flavor can be released. Let's cook these for about, let's just say 10 minutes, no longer. While our potatoes begin to cook up, we're gonna go ahead and get started chopping up some veggies. When I have fried potatoes, I love the bell peppers and the onions in them. Yes, I do. Now, the kind that I grew up on, they just had onions, and which was spectacular, but I need some bell peppers in mine. What it does is it brings a beautiful color and a great taste. You don't have to use green, but y'all know me. Everybody that's familiar with me, I keep green bell peppers around here because I absolutely love the color. I love the taste and the vitamins as well. So we're just gonna give like a nice rough chop to these bell peppers. And one thing I always like to tell everybody, don't put your bell peppers and onions in right now. You know, once you start frying them, if you put them in right now, what happens is they burn. You know, I don't want the black onions. I don't want my onions to have that burnt taste. And if you put them in too early, it's going to happen. So what do? When my potatoes are almost to where they're almost cooked, like fully cooked, that's when I add my bell peppers and my onions. I want them to still have a nice sweet taste. I want them to still be nice and vibrant. The longer you cook this, they get dull and just a color that's not, you know, pleasingly aesthetic. So I also do the same thing with my spices. Putting the spices in too early, just my honest opinion. I feel like when you put the spices in too early, they burn. They're gonna give your potatoes a burnt flavor, okay? And so if you're like me, or you want them to taste like mine, put the seasonings and the bell peppers and onions in a bit later, okay? So we're gonna chop this up. I'm gonna use this whole bell pepper, and I'm gonna use that whole onion. If I haven't said, I hope y'all are having a great day today. I do. I hope you're having an amazing day. Do you all love fried potatoes like we do? I absolutely love them, and honestly, I could eat them every day. I can eat cold fried potatoes. Yes, I can. I can eat cold fried potatoes on a piece of bread with a little bit of ketchup on it like it was a hot dog. I have been known to do that. That's how much I love me some fried potatoes. And it's a real treat when I make it because that's how much I love fried potatoes. So I can remember it would be like the weekend and we would have a special breakfast. Whether that was some fried bacon, you know, maybe some scrambled eggs and fried potatoes to go with it. It's like the perfect breakfast, right? Sure it is. And so the next thing I'm going to do, let's go ahead and get started on this beautiful sweet Vidalia onion. When you see me using an onion, like 90% of the time, unless they had a great sale or something, I'm using the sweet onion because it tastes good. You hear me? Now, if you don't like onions, leave it out. There's people that don't like ingredients, you know, certain ingredients sometimes, and they'll say, oh no. They'll say like, oh no, I can't make the recipe. You can make the recipe. Just make it and don't use onions. Really, it's that simple. If it's ever an ingredient that you don't like, leave it out. It'll be okay, like no sweat, right? I'm feeling pretty good today, and so I'm grateful. Got some sleep last night. Woke up feeling refreshed with God on my side. And here we are making the first video of the day. Today I'll be coming back this evening making another video that you all can enjoy. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying these videos. Every time I get behind this camera, I have the time of my life sharing my family's recipes with you all in hopes that you'll try the recipe and make it for your family. And then you come back and let me know how much you love it. These are almost to the point where we're gonna go ahead and drain them because we don't want them to overcook. But I wanna talk about how important it is for you not to use too much oil in your pan. Since I'm using a nice amount of potatoes, I'm using a big pan, right? Because we don't want the potatoes to be stacked on top of each other because that would create steam. They would just steam and they would never get crispy. Every piece of potato that we cut, you want it to be able to touch the surface of the pan, but the oil that we're using is really just enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan. But let's just say the potato soaked up a little bit of that oil. It's okay to add a little bit more during the cooking process. And I have our oil, it's nice and hot. I put a little tester potato in there. And long as it's sizzling, we're moving in the right direction. Medium-high heat is what you're gonna look for, okay? Put them in nice and easy. You know those garlic pieces that we put in? If you were to leave them in there, they'll burn, of course. They've pretty much done their job. So we can take them out. Thank you, garlic. And now here's what we're going to do. Make sure your potatoes are all touching the pan so they do not steam. These two, their dad just walked out the door and they are not happy with it. I put a little pallet on the floor for them so they could just take a nap until Dad gets back. Okay, you being good boys? You waiting on Daddy? Oh, super important that while your potatoes are cooking and we're waiting to get that nice golden brown crispiness to them, don't mess with them right now. Because right now they're kind of delicate, right? They're beginning to soften a little bit, but you don't want to mush them. You don't really want to touch them until they begin to get that golden brown crust. When you can look at them this way and you can see that most of them have that beautiful color, then you can go in with your spatula, give them a nice flip over, and then leave them alone so you don't mush them. To see some golden brown color, so now's that perfect time. They should have a nice crust to them to where we're not going to mush them. Great. One thing you don't want to do when you're making fried potatoes is rush them. Don't rush the process. When you let them cook without rushing them, don't bother them, they're going to turn out much better. Don't rush your food when it's cooking. I know it smells good. I know your stomach is rumbling, your mouth is watering, but it just ain't time yet. Don't turn the heat up any higher to make them cook any faster. They are doing spectacular right now. Oh yeah, moving in the right direction. Getting some more color, so I'm going back in. And at this point, excuse me, from here on out, we can turn them every once in a while now, okay? They're nice and crispy at this point. How many of y'all are ready for the holidays? And how many of y'all are ready for Gina Young to show you all how easy it is to make all of the holiday fixings? Whether it be a roast beef, a turkey, I'm showing you how to do the ham with the brown sugar glaze and a big old pot of greens and baked macaroni and just everything that you guys are going to want to know how to cook this holiday season. Remember, the whole month of November, Gina Young's going to show you how to make it all. Whether it's a pumpkin pie or a sweet potato pie, pineapple upside down cake, rum cake, we're doing it all. We are doing the candied yams and the sweet potato casserole, everything that you've ever grew up eating for your holidays, or you eat today for your holidays. I'm doing a video for everything and I am so stinking excited. Let me know if y'all have any requests. Maybe there was something that you grew up eating for the holidays and you haven't seen that recipe in a while. If you want Gina Young to make it for you, message me in this video. Let me know, what did you grow up having for the holidays? What would you like to see Gina Young make? I'm all for it. Watch this, I didn't turn the camera on too quick. I'm chewing on a potato. So this view right here is for all the people that worry that pre-cooking your potatoes will make your potatoes mushy. This right here, I'm proving it right here. Okay? Not mushy at all. You literally can hear the crispiness, right? No, as long as you don't over pre-cook them, okay? Guess what now's the perfect time to do? Perfect time to go ahead, get your lovely vegetables in. A lot of onions, gonna make it taste good. And we can even put our seasonings in because right now, these potatoes are on their way and they're almost done. Okay, they go right in with all of those seasonings that we spoke of early, the salt, the pepper. If you have garlic and onion powder, put some in there. Okay, I'm going to turn this heat down just a bit, you know. All right, there's the pepper. A little bit of Italian seasoning if you like it. I do understand a lot of people don't like it. Just leave it out, okay? I'm going to put some parsley flakes because it makes everything nice and pretty, right? Sure it does. And I'm going to put some salt and paprika. Gonna let them cook and this is almost done. So today for dinner we're having green beans. We're going to have fried potatoes and onions. And I'm making some smothered pork chops. You hear that? I'm making some smothered pork chops and gravy. And that will be dinner. Happy Thursday to you and your family. I hope you guys make this recipe and come back and let me know how much you love it. I'm not going to mix the spices in yet. When I come back to, check on our potatoes and flip them over, those spices will get all mixed in. Let me give you a close-up. I'm recording for myself right now. My husband went and took our son to do some shopping. He wanted to do clothes shopping. He needed some clothes, so that's where they're at right now. Look at this. Ooh. Everyone that watches my videos, that messages me, emails me, thank you. Thank you all for watching my channel and my videos and supporting this channel. I really enjoy doing this for you all. When I wake up every day, I don't feel like I'm working. I'm doing what I love, and I love to teach the world how to make delicious recipes Gina Young style. And I'm going to do this until the wheels fall off, right? And I'm just enjoying every moment of it. And I hope you all are enjoying it as well. We're going to do a close-up. We're going to do a close-up. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Keep cooking them. Let those vegetables cook. Potatoes are done, Gina Young style. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing in his kitchen on a daily basis. And Heavenly Father, we thank you on today. Father, we thank you for your mercy, your love, time, and your understanding. Let a strong peace be still over our mind. We thank you for this meal. Amen. Cooling rack that I have here. And cookie sheet at the bottom. When I put my potatoes on top of this, it's going to allow any oil to drain. That way your potatoes are not going to be oily. Nobody wants oily potatoes. Take the time to do this. Don't put them on paper towels, right? Don't put them on this. It drains very well. They will not be greasy at all. I done started on my green beans for dinner here. So I got those going. For oil. Look at all that oil. You would have digested it if you didn't, strain it the right way. Look at this. Thank you so. Good night.